Andy's going to talk about some of the Kramers. You're going to talk about some of your alternative bikes, self-builds, hybrids, yes. Yeah. So give you a feel of what it means to have a single-cylinder engine ranging from a 690cc down to a 390. So Andy, I'm going to start with you. So firstly, we're going to talk about the Kramer.
There's two different versions. So there's an S and there's an R. So this is the R version, so it comes with the twin discs, quick shift, a different dash and different suspension. But there's no different mechanically in the engine. You know, it's just the braking and little bling bits really more than anything. But they're about 15 grand, and then for the R you go up to just over 20-ish grand. But then extra spare wheels, everything else will get you up to about 25.
But out of the box, if you've got the cash, you'd go straight to one of these if you wanted to.
It saves. It depends on how much time you've got and how much money you want to spend. But it saves a lot of building and machining and mechanicking. But this is what the class is about. It's about being able to do anything that you like within, because there isn't any rules as such apart from in the clubman class. So this is the Evo class. So the clubman class is like you get like the older Supermonos that used to race. Because I used to race at World Superbike level and travel all over the world when Cole Fogarty was riding. So basically it's to encourage some of the older ones out that were literally hand grenades when they was fully tuned to compete against these. So it makes it more fairer for them to come out and play. So you've got the old Yamaha SZRs, 660s, you've got the KTM 390s, you've got the old Rotaxes, and you can do like a CB 500, like you can have really old vintage stuff along with the new modern 390s. But then you can also build your own frame, put whatever you want into anything.
So I think that was the message I want to come across here. So firstly, we've got the Kramer straight out of the box. If you've got no time on your hands, you just want a bike that's ready to race, job done. Let's talk Kramers. Yeah. But then we move on to the 390s. So this is something that you've put together for Kelsey.
Yeah, so it was a cup bike, RC cup bike. They raced 5-6 years ago at BSB level, and they're plentiful, for a couple of £1,000. Entry level, 45-ish horsepower, start on the button, go out, great for kids and people that don't want any fuss but don't want lots of power. Do you know what I mean? Can go and have it's all about corner speed, because the BSB lads will go as fast as what I do on that on one of those. So
it's all about racecraft, because you can throw money at a lot of 600s, R6s and go off to your thousands, but you only really learn, for me it was CB 500 days, on something without the power.
Corner speed.
All about corner speed and getting off the brakes. So this was a couple of K with a bit of fettling.
No, it's basically, just a bit of paint. That's all it's had, do you know what I mean?
Job to fish. And it's nice and light. They're immediately quite nimble, so you're not sat on many cc's. So Dan, you've been very kindly patiently waiting. So Dan's opted for something slightly different. So like I said, Kramer straight out the box, or you can be a fettler. So sometimes this may appeal to someone who might have a bit more time. So I've slightly been a bit insulting and called Dan's bike the Franken bike, but it has a bit of a story to it, doesn't it? So where did it start?
It's basically a supermoto bike, a KTM 660 SMC. So everybody would know what a supermoto bike is.
I've got one. Yep.
You've got one, that's right. Basically change the front end on it.
Yep.
New subframe, changed the shock on it, lowered it all down, shortened it up, and basically that's it. So
did it come with two pipes at the back of the Supermoto as well?
Because that's an Akrapovic pipe. That was an option you could buy at the time. So luckily, when I bought the bike, it had it already on there.
Oh, nice.
So that was a nice little touch, if you know what I mean. But but over the years, I started on it at 2017 when the club started and racing started. So I've been, fettling it, as they say, and you tune it, and you place parts and stuff.
And what it's felt from moving that Kramer around, yours is lighter. It's just really, really.
It's a little bit lighter than what they are, and that's the beauty of it. You can strip out whatever you like. Yeah.
It's kind of your project that you've been able to race, and you know it well. Whereas, the Kramer is pretty self-explanatory. You know what bits go where. You know what rattling noises and doors and that.
That's right.
But so, how much cash has that set you back then, plus all the fettling time?
Originally, I bought the bike for £2.5 grand. Sold loads of bits off of it, which I didn't need. and which obviously you get your money back,
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
you put that money back in.
That's a
So
bargain for something that we'll
really,
talk about the race series.
it was
in a
about
sec.
£3,000 all in to start with.
Nice.
Obviously, I've spent money over the years
Yep.
and stuff like that, you know, improving it how I think it's improved. So yeah, and it's just an ongoing thing, but it's not a massive wedge of dough to start off with.
And it's one of the reasonable things about Supermono-GB is that you don't need a mega cash to start racing in this championship.
No.
I guess finally we can talk about the 690 Duke, because
Yep.
that's what this used to be.
That's
so we've
right.
deliberately kept the fairings off for this one, so you can just see kind of the engine configuration and the frame a little bit more. So this is your mate's bike.
Yeah, he's been gone by a standard 690 Duke.
Yep.
Put some RC8 front forks in it. The rest of it is really the standard bike. Obviously different, you know, they don't come with fairings. You put your fairings on and stuff like that. But the rest of it is basically what it is: engine, frame, swing arm again, and all of that. So this is a 2013,
Okay.
I believe, and it's about 3.5k to buy the bike, and 1,500 on top of that. So it's about £5,000 to get, you know, all ready to go. But it's because it's made for the road, it's a pretty sound engine in it.
Quite robust.
So yeah, you know, it should last all year, that
Yeah.
type of thing. So it's got, you know, some legs in it as such. So, but yeah, which is good because the sort of saying people get on it, race it.
Yeah, they're nice and resilient, not particularly
You know,
highly tuned.
still got to maintain things as
Yeah.
you would, but yeah, it's pretty good for that. So.
Great. Right, that is about all from me, but I very much hope you enjoyed watching this, learnt a lot about what Supermono is, how to get involved, and I hope to see you racing soon.